All right, guys, so if you haven't already, head over to Mitsu Times and you can watch part 1 there. He probably talks a little bit about his car, some boring stuff. I'm just kidding. Everybody loves car stuff, but I'm here to get to know the guy behind the helmet, Mr. Jared.
Hey, so, Indies, yeah. Hey, so, Indies, hey, yeah. Go and try your luck, test me in again, we let it rain. Please don't start us up, got that black and white, that yin and yang. Mr. Officer, please don't search us, we don't got a thing. Tell her park it up, then that be poking out them jeans. I've been sparking up, like the fireworks, I keep the flame. Heard you barking up, this the wrong tree, I got the strings. Yeah, I'm charging up, they can't keep up, got them looking drained. Now they walking up, trying to put the face to the name. I pull up and I and I'm swerving. If a try to holler, she gon' curve him. We came from under buzz like a Persian. We been staying in our lane, ain't no merging. Rapping like I'm turban. Yeah, these all square like Irvin. Yeah, we grew up in the hood, no Suburbans. If I say I need my money, then it's urgent. Yeah, they want me to quit. Yeah, they want me to shift. But as long as I'm alive, we gon' keep on making hits. While they steady shooting bricks, man, it's lit. Yeah, it's lit. Me and Dale back to back, and yeah, I'm dishing the assist. Yeah, they talk a lot of but we really with the lame. Always gonna be reaching for they hit, smoking like a clip. They can never catch me slipping. Every time your girl around, she be watch the way I'm dripping. Go and try your luck, test me in again, we let it rain. Please don't start us up, got that black and white, that yin and yang. Mr. Officer, please don't search us, we don't got a thing. Tell her park it up, then that be poking out them jeans. I've been sparking up, like the fireworks, I keep the flame. Heard you barking up, this the wrong tree, I got the strings. Yeah, I'm charging up, they can't keep up, got them looking drained. Now they walking up, trying to put the face to the name. I'm in flex mode with the best, though. That's a major key, that's a chess move. I'm your favorite G, I think it's best, yo. Stop with all the grilling, I'm on jet fuel.
Hear me?
Yes, sir.
This is kind of car related, but I don't want to forget this.
Yeah.
What is the name to your car?
We came up with Casper, but I don't really know why.
How come it's not talked about anywhere, bro? I couldn't find anything about it.
I'm a quiet guy. I mean, you got to realize. at times I'm the quiet guy.
Okay.
Free candy gets more attention. The wolf gets more attention. I'm cool with that. There's no worries. And then this car usually breaks down and sits up on jack stands and is a parts donator at the shootout. So it hasn't had the potential out yet. It hasn't had a full season really yet. So. And
we definitely are going to talk about that on Mitsu Times because he didn't give me any parts when I definitely needed some. Kind of rude. He left me hanging. I'm just saying.
It happens.
So if we were to leave here right now and go get any type of food, where would we go? What would we get?
Ooh. That's a good call. So depends on how bougie you want to feel, I guess, at first. Mexican never hurts, so that'd probably be my go-to.
Like authentic?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, for sure.
There's a truck down the corner that would be the one. Go get some burritos. But a nice steakhouse. Okay. Maybe do some scallops. Okay. Do a little,
Steaks.
Yeah.
Are you a well-done?
Medium rare.
Yeah. It's got to be red?
Yeah.
So you hate me?
Yeah.
You actually gave me crap already for the burger.
Yeah. No. If it's anything other than pink, you're doing it wrong.
Do you love prime rib?
Oh yeah.
Bro, I look at a picture of prime rib.
Yeah.
I'm out.
It makes you sick.
I'm out, dude.
Yeah, I got some friends who it's either the fat or the redness of it that they just can't handle.
I have to be on Fear Factor.
Just give all the fat to Warren. He'll drink it.
So you eat a steak. What are we having for dessert?
I would say either creme brulee.
I don't even know what that is.
It's pudding with a burnt sugar on top.
Why does it gotta have such a fancy name?
I know, right? Or tiramisu.
Okay. So if you had to go get your hair cut anywhere.
Yeah, it's usually in the shop or at the track.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't have time to go anywhere else.
I get it.
Yeah.
It's fine. What do you what's a hobby people probably don't know you have?
Oof.
Other than talking crap and supposedly not talking.
Right.
Which nobody believes.
It's quietly talking. Okay. Boy, that's a tough one.
You into any sports at all?
I used to be. As I got older, it just doesn't happen anymore, man.
Define old.
46 is old enough.
You're 46?
I'm 46, yeah.
Well, I mean, no homo, but bro, you look great.
Oh, thanks, man.
I'm just saying. I didn't know that.
I keep the hair trimmed. But yeah, no, it's I sprained my knee being leaning over that Mirage over there for too long, putting an engine in, and I'm still gimping, and we're 2.5 weeks out, 3 weeks out,
Something like that.
and I'm still hobbling.
Dude,
It's bad. It's those ones where you don't hurt for a week after,
Right.
and then you hurt for the next 2.5 months.
I mean, did you walk it off that day?
Yeah. There was enough Coors Light on board. That was fine. So I didn't notice it until the next morning.
I literally just experienced
Fell
that.
out of it. Yeah, right.
That's why I haven't worked on my car in a couple weeks, and I went to get in there.
Yeah.
I felt like I had flamingo legs.
Yeah,
Like they worked backwards.
Yeah, and I think that's what I did. But yeah, it's just stupid stuff like that. Probably started. God, I was probably 30 in the gym doing a deadlift. Tried to do one more, back rolled, felt a pop. Down I went. Yeah, and it's kind of been downhill since then. I played tennis and basketball, rolled my ankles and knees every day. That's finally catching up. Tennis, the shoulder's gone.
So, I mean, do you play video games? Do you?
I'll do like some mobile stuff at the most, but outside of that, like I've got an Xbox One in my closet still just sitting there with my Ghost Recon.
I mean, that's probably worth money now.
I don't know. Did
No,
anything for
we're not that old.
That's probably not vintage enough.
I honestly am not a video game guy, so I really have no.
I didn't keep my Atari 2600 or my Commodore 64. So.
I don't know why I really pegged you as like a video game guy.
No.
Just for no reason at all.
I mean, if I could compete and gamble like in football games on like Madden or that sort of thing, as long as if I could play for money, I guess gambling might be my thing then.
Yeah, like online poker, right?
Yeah, I did that for a while too.
Yeah? I mean, like,
I'll hit a casino here and there too.
are you like a good game? I mean, is anybody a good gambler? That's probably a silly question.
No.
Do you have success?
I still have a house. So I mean, I haven't gone that bad yet. But
We're not on OnlyFans yet.
yeah, no, I mean, I've maybe once made enough to go ahead and go buy Christmas presents for everybody, but it doesn't happen very often.
Right.
So, but then it got too much. It's another one of those things. I have a very addictive personality to where if I start in on something, I want to try and be able to go all out. And if it's something like that, it can be overly time consuming, and worse off, obviously the negatives of it of, not being able to pay your bills or do something stupid like that to go too deep. So I have to be careful with that sort of thing. So I've kind of backed off of anything that's too much money related that way that's gambling. But yeah, I've done lots of dumb stuff.
See, I have a super addictive personality, and it don't have to be bad.
No.
Like, even if I get into collecting something,
Yeah.
next thing you know, my wife's like, "Hey, bro, chill out."
Right.
So, like, I can relate to that a little bit.
Yeah,
I go over the top way too much.
Yeah, I think that was the thing about the gym, and what stopped at that. I'd be in the gym 5 days a week probably. Like at my height, I'd be running 3 miles every day and in the gym 5 days a week. And if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. But yeah, that's kind of that way with everything.
Super random, but since you talked about the gym, I'm one of those weird guys. Like everybody always says, take days off.
Yeah.
If you take a weekend off and you go back on Monday, do you feel better or worse?
I always felt worse.
Me too. I mean, I'm not saying I have to go hardcore every day.
No.
But if I take a complete day off, the next day seems like a struggle.
Well, I always made sure I like spaced it out to where I wasn't like stressing the same spot too much every single time. But like if you're hurting, take some time. But
Right. I mean, injuries.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen me today, but
Yeah,
I'm probably not working out this week.
No, I mean at the end of the day, we've only got one body, and it doesn't get any better. So.
So I know you guys. One thing I want to talk, I guess it could be car related, but it's not. And I know we touched on it with Warren and you've talked about it in the podcast, but I love this about the Antilag Racing Group. You guys have a bond that honestly I didn't even think existed this day and age. I didn't even think it was possible.
Yeah.
What's that about? How's that like?
I mean, I just think you have, first, you have a group of people who actually can tolerate each other on a daily basis. So that's number one, right?
It's pretty hard, bro. That's harder than it sounds.
Well, I mean, a lot of times you have personality conflicts of people who are just like, I can't be around this individual for, So that's number one. First and foremost, you actually have people who are like-minded enough and not exact personalities, but close enough meshing personalities that it's not like, all right, I need to,
I'm sick of this.
I need to walk out the room, But so I think that's first. Second, obviously, is I think the overall goal, drive, everybody in here kind of seems to want to make everybody else better, and they're not it's not necessarily a focus on your own stuff so much, I think is
Right.
another one of the big ones. Like it's a selfless type of thing where I don't have to work on my car today. Let's get your engine put in or whatever. So I think that's a big thing, and we all bring something different, and we would never like not help where we know we have a skill or ability where somebody else doesn't,
Right.
type of thing. So
Pick it up where each other falls off kind of thing.
Yeah.
So like, I love that because I've talked to you about this before. Being in my barn, when I'm the only one I have to bounce ideas off of, for one, I only get the same ideas.
Yeah.
Or I retry such a close thing that it's different. But you also said something on the podcast that I related to a lot. And I don't know if you still stand by this, but you were like, I think I actually can work on other people's stuff easier.
Yeah.
I'm so much the same way.
Yeah.
I love to race my car and I love all that stuff, but like...
Yeah, no, I'm the same. I love racing too, but if it's down, so, I mean, there's another thing too. I can spend other people's money easier than I can spend mine too. Like, if you really want to put it that way too, that part can be a little bit easier as well. But yeah, just helping, especially if somebody else needs a hand, it's something I've always enjoyed. No matter, it doesn't even have to necessarily be car related or anything else like that. So I've kind of always been that way. But and I think, like I say, I think that's kind of the way the group is as a whole.
Right.
That if there's anything they can do to help, yeah, just ask. So
how awkward was it that I literally kind of introduced myself to you the one way I don't want to introduce myself to anybody, and that is, hey bro, I have a question. My shit's broke.
How do I fix it?
Hey, I'm Harley, bro. Nice to meet you. It's like, hey bro, I need something. I'm broke and I don't know how to fix stuff. So like, you got any input? I know you guys are working on like 7 cars right now at the shootout, and you're not that busy. But can you like check my fuel pressure? I don't remember what it was.
Nothing else.
Related.
Yeah.
I was running.
What was it? Was it pumps?
I think I was running. Honestly, fun fact. I never figured out what that problem was.
It just cleaned up.
I switched from the chassis I had to the chassis I have now.
That's right. You were in the green chassis. Yeah.
And when I switched over, when I started getting my car tuned, all of a sudden it was gone, and I'm like, how could nobody fix that last time? Exact same fuel. I mean, everything exactly the same. So. I don't know if I was kicking the ECU while I was driving.
Right? Yeah,
bad ground.
Well, I mean, we ran into those like in your car. Andy's 1G, we were having a breakup. Like every single time you go to the track, he started to go wide open and break up, and we couldn't figure out why. I hooked the laptop up to it once, bumped the cable, and the whole car shut off because it was attached to the OBD2 port. Like the OBD2 port was short now.
Oh,
just goofy stuff like that. Yeah, like
that's the
after we threw new coils.
After we did coils,
whole shebang.
Yeah. We've already done everything else. Injectors, coils, like, what the hell is going on? And yeah, I bump a wire and it's like, son of a...
So, you're not going to hurt my feelings.
All right.
First impression, I come up to you, I'm that guy. What are you thinking? This freaking dude.
No. Well, I mean, no, I'm just kidding.
I mean, you guys are really open, and I know you guys say that, but a lot of people don't mean it like you guys do.
Yeah.
I mean, really, because like a lot of people say, come to me with your questions, and then you do, and they kind of blow you off. You guys didn't. I mean, you were busy as crap, and you still were willing to help.
Yeah.
I ended up not coming back that time, because I was like, man, you guys. I could see you guys were way too busy.
I can't even remember what was going on that day.
That was 3 shootouts ago or something like that.
I remember the time. I remember because you drove up and you parked like right in front of the pits in that green car.
And then
honestly, I do remember that.
I did a repeat this year.
Oh no!
Remember, I came up and I'm like, "Hey, so my car, I haven't seen you in a while, bro. How you doing? Good. So my car's broke again."
I mean, I don't mind. Like sometimes that kind of gets me in trouble. Sometimes too because I'll
oversell or overcommit.
I don't want to necessarily call it overcommit, but sometimes I'll pause what I'm doing to help somebody again too. Like you just.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I kind of have that issue sometimes.
The bounce around issue?
Yeah, like I can do that occasionally.
Okay, so now that I made that awkward,
I have a tendency to do that. But I mean, I didn't ever think about that after as like, how was that guy? You know, like
right.
I mean, like if somebody legitimately has a question, and I love problem solving, I guess. That's the thing.
Again, like I know I need help in a lot of things, but I'm such a better grunt, right? Like, so like if you want to pull the engine or whatever, like leave all day. I can put anything together.
Right.
But when it comes to like diagnosing, I'm very new to like these type of situations with, setups that aren't completely factory and
Right.
stuff. So like a lot of the stuff is just honestly over my head.
Yeah.
And
I think that's for a lot of people who first get into this and dive in, because there's so much information and everything out there that can get you so far outside of the stock factory build real quick.
Right.
That if something does go wrong, the problem is there's not necessarily information on how to diagnose.
And everybody
That's much
always
accurate.
says this, and I'm not a hater on it because it works for a lot of things. Go to tuners, go to the forums. There are a lot of answers there.
There are a ton.
But there are a lot of questions that did not get answered, or it's not explained that well, or
I find some of them harder to find now too, I think.
that's the other thing. People
how
will
to
have
exactly
tags
search.
like go to this
Yeah.
page, and that page don't exist anymore.
I mean, it is still a great resource. I will say that. Like,
Of course.
if that's one of the first sites that would come up. I think it seems like websites are just dying though due to Facebook and that sort of thing, where everybody just wants to go on Facebook and ask a question and be like, dude, just do your damn research and figure it out. Yeah. But it's so easy for people now to just be on Facebook connected to this huge group of people that can give them an answer right now is what I
Right.
think they're hoping for. Everybody wants the answer right now, that they don't want to take the time to search. Because it can be a pain in the ass.
I will
try and
say,
search.
I will
Absolutely.
say this proudly about myself, and also it's probably a negative. So like I will do the research and do the research to the point where like again I'm just digging a hole.
Yeah.
I'm not finding anything new, but I'm also afraid to be the guy who asks on a forum because of the assholes. Like you got some guys, I swear they're sitting by their keyboard just like waiting.
They're just
like,
they're just
ask a
waiting
question,
to-
ask a question, just to be a dick.
Like, what oil should I use?
I mean, yeah, some of that stuff. I mean, yeah, sure.
I know.
I mean, it is what it is.
Right.
So I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. Dogs, cats.
Or raccoons.
Yes.
Another one.
I mean, even if you said it just as a smart ass, you said it. That's all I wanted, brother. I wanted one person to say it.
So I have a cat, and she kind of sucks, but she's cool, I guess.
Cats aren't. I mean, you know.
But I guess it depends, because I have, you know.
Okay, if you could own any pet, what would it be?
That's a tough one. I think from that perspective, I actually prefer a cat, because I'm just not.
You like kitty litter?
No, I don't like scooping up dog shit either, though. But I think they're a little bit more self-reliant, and
I mean, that's fair.
because I'm not home enough to probably be with a dog enough. I don't think I have a yard enough for a dog.
I mean, even
So I mean, there's so many. That's kind of a loaded question, though, too, right? Like, because if I say it just because I don't have the right size house or yard or whatever, like that's not necessarily the question. It's like, what do you prefer, right? So. I don't
in
know.
a perfect world
Yeah.
where none of those variables matter,
Yeah.
still cats?
I mean, I guess if anything, I could have a local raccoon that just hangs out and I
There we
don't
go.
have to care about it. And
There we
I
go.
just let it go in my dumpster and just
Hey, I'm sold.
trash panda it up and be fine.
Did we just become best friends?
Right? That's perfectly fine by me too. It's like, so
I mean, I feel like
Yeah.
if my raccoons stayed out of my cars,
yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
And I have an old barn, so like when they shit everywhere, it's not
fine.
like a super
No
big
big
deal.
deal. Yeah.
I mean, in the summertime, it gets a little ranky.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I mean, for the most part, I think they're the coolest.
It gets ranky in here without the raccoons too.
I mean, when you get
Especially
a
in the
bunch
summer.
of dudes loaded up in
Right.
here, you know what I'm saying?
All the dudes.
I just heard a thing where these guys were in this group and they were like, oh, they got kennel cough. Obviously, it's not really kennel cough, but I'm like, that's probably a thing, ain't it?
Yeah.
Like just swarming in each other's stuff.
Yeah, we kick people out sometimes if we have to.
So, a fun question.
All right.
Any superpower in the world, what you get?
Oh man.
Do you like Marvel? You into any of that stuff?
I like it for the entertainment. I'm not really
I mean, it's not very realistic unless you're
Well,
like me.
I mean, like as far as
I should have said Warren. I flexed even.
you know, the funny thing is, I think I was never into like comic books or anything going up. So like following the backstories of all of their stuff, I don't
got started and
really
stuff.
pay attention to it or know it. Entertainment for entertainment's purpose, sure, I really enjoy them. But any superpower I wanted, that's good. That's a tough one. I'm not quite sure where you even go with that. Gotta have an answer without being creepy.
Hey, bro, it gets creepy because like literally everybody's like, I'd be invisible.
Yeah.
Well, that's creepy.
Right?
But like, not necessarily invisible to be creepy, but I mean,
Yeah.
like, if I want to fly around, teleport.
Yeah, I mean, that would like being able to fly wouldn't suck. So, but yeah, I don't know. I don't necessarily know if there's one. Just knowing everything.
Okay, make up a gaggle of superpowers.
Oh,
Did you just smile like he just said the dumbest thing on the planet?
I mean, we're going from raccoons to geese. That's fine. So, yeah, I mean, you might as well just be straight up Superman then, right?
I mean, sure.
I mean,
I'm not going to pick your superpower. I'm just going to pick the kryptonite. You know what I mean?
that's fine.
I got you, bro.
Yeah, no problem. I got plenty of that.
So, I know I kind of asked you like hobbies, but on a day away from cars, what are you doing for fun? Not hanging out in the garage. That still counts as cars. I know that's probably something you would do for fun, but
I mean, it really is. Actually,
I know.
That's the funny thing, because we've had plenty of days where we come out here and just be like,
no car stuff.
Meh.
Just shooting the shit.
yeah.
I won't count that then. That counts.
Yeah, so there's that. Honestly, probably just hang out with the fiance and just chilling at home. Like, the nice thing is, she just likes to just kind of hang out, and like, honestly, we could just be sitting on the couch just watching a movie, do like a little mini date night, something like that. That's fine.
You got a favorite TV show?
Well, I guess if it's any, it'd probably be something like Bob's Burgers or Rick and Morty or one of those.
This is the answers I was expecting.
You know,
Stuff I've never even watched.
one of those just kind of out there ones. Or, you know, honestly, I like watching cooking competitions because I like to cook too myself. And
Okay.
Like
What are you cooking me? I told you I'm a weird eater.
A medium rare steak. we're gonna grill you up a medium rare steak and teach you right. Like,
I'm probably the worst person. Like I told you, man. I have no exposure to any food outside of the junk Americans eat.
Yeah.
I'm the most typical.
Yeah,
I'm
so
terrible, bro.
I would probably say, that's tough. So japchae is like delicious.
What are you cooking for yourself? What's your favorite thing you cook for yourself then?
Breakfasty type stuff.
Like
eggs.
Like breakfast I would eat.
Yeah, no, like eggs, hash browns, sausage, bacon.
Start going down south, bro, and they start throwing the beans in there, and they start doing the grits and the
Yeah, like I won't cook that myself because I don't trust myself with that. I'm not good enough to
handle that.
Yeah, no, I'm not good enough for that. I'll eat it.
Right.
Like if there's somebody's gonna make it for me, I'll eat it. That's not a problem. But just the basic stuff, and then anything on a grill.
Okay.
I'll do anything on a grill.
Okay. I like it. Do you have anything you would tell your younger self?
I have lots of things that I would tell my younger self, to be honest with you.
Stop it.
Yeah, pretty much. Take it easy. You only got one shot at this. This is all you get right here. So
many people get wrapped up in like money and things, and I'm like,
yeah,
you trade money for health in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I would.
Well,
I shouldn't speak for anybody.
I guess if that would have been my suggestion, I probably would have, invested in Apple and Google or something like that when I was younger. But
right.
Yeah, kind of. We're not invincible, but the problem is at that age I didn't believe it anyway. So
I mean, isn't that weird?
It doesn't matter.
Like, okay, so while you were getting older, did you like hit a spot where all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, I'm old? Because if I'm being honest, the reason I'm asking that is because in the last year or so, all of a sudden I feel old.
Yeah.
I look in the mirror, I see the old guy.
Yeah, I know, right? There is something to be said about like how they say when you hit your 30s, you actually feel it, and then 35 and 40, like that's real.
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's especially if you try and keep going at the same pace you were before.
Yep.
If you accept the fact that you're not going to be able to go at the same pace and just kind of tone it down, it's very hard. But if the brain doesn't slow down, unfortunately the body starts not to be able to keep up at least at the same pace.
I'm trying to acknowledge it more and more, but I struggle, brother.
Yeah, no, I get it. I had the same personality that I'd do anything I had to, and being as competitive as I was in everything. Right? I wasn't, whatever it took to not lose is what I was going to do. So whether I'm sacrificing whatever, it's going to happen. So,
as long as you win?
Basically.
What's the thing you were most competitive at? I know you said everything, and I know you're competitive by nature, but
I'd have to say it was probably tennis.
Big tennis guy.
Yeah, when I was coming up, I went to the state tournament twice in high school, and
really
played USTA tennis and kind of did tournaments around. Just only went around the state of Michigan, so nothing big. Like,
get this man's autograph.
Yeah, right. No,
he's on a Wheaties box. I'm telling you all that.
that ain't worth anything.
And I know this kind of applies to like telling your younger self something, but it doesn't for me. Obviously, I'm a big dream guy.
Yeah.
And I also want to advocate that you have to work for your dreams. They don't just happen.
100%.
But anybody who's chasing their dreams out there,
yeah,
what's something you would tell them?
I would have to say, well, I mean, obviously the easiest stuff is, don't give up, make sure you're, diligent about it, do what you can do to put yourself in the right position. But honestly, surrounding yourself with the right people too is a big one, because most things that big can't entirely happen by yourself.
It is, that is good advice.
In my opinion.
No, I mean honestly, even with trying to do this, like,
because I mean I think a lot of people who have gone a long way, and would probably take the credit for going as far as there, which it is theirs, obviously, had a lot of help and a lot of people along the way. And the question is if you look back, do they think that everybody they surrounded themselves with at the time was the benefit to help get them where they were?
Ooh. See, I feel like humility for me, like knowing that I don't know is okay.
Yeah.
And based off what you just said, I do still do a lot of things by myself, but I always give credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
And even just doing the interview with Warren and you last time, you guys gave me feedback that I'll use on every interview here on out.
Well, the other thing is never stop learning.
Right.
Don't be afraid or skeptical about being able to take advice, but also make your own judgment on what advice.
True.
What's the saying? Help isn't help unless it helps.
I've never heard that, but it makes sense.
Help only helps if it's helpful.
Yeah, there you go.
Same.
Help only helps if it's helpful. So
trademarked. Ricky
Right,
Bobby.
right.
Let's go. See, I love that because
TM.
I was always told learn from every NCO, like in the Army.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
Yeah.
The good, the bad, the whatever. So I try to do that the best I can, and
well, then you make your own. You take from everything that you want and
become you.
yeah, right.
Definitely. I love that. So I don't want to, critique the superpower you chose, but I definitely think you have some magic because somehow you look better now than when we started. I can't quite put my finger on it.
It's just a trait.
I mean,
Genetics, probably genetics.
Can I steal?
You can try. I'm a helpful guy.
I mean, you said you donate blood, so I'll take some. I'm just saying.
No, I don't do that anymore. I don't like needles.
How you gonna work in a hospital and not like needles?
Oh, I'm fine stabbing people.
Okay.
Like I'll put needles in people.
With needles.
Yeah.
Nah.
I put needles in people. I'm not. No, I'm fine. I can't even. I tried to draw my own blood sugar. I'm like, I don't even want to poke my own damn finger.
So anything else that the world don't know about you that they think would be interesting?
Probably not really. I think I'm pretty open book with most things. Like
that's one thing I love, bro. Even like last time hanging out with you,
yeah,
I love you're very open.
So yeah,
and you're very helpful.
Work.
Well,
my day, yeah, right. Is it helpful though? So work day to day obviously has nothing to do with cars or anything like that. So it probably keeps another perspective about people and whatnot else.
Like we talked about, just so you guys know, we do work at jobs.
Right.
We make monies.
I do have a 9 to 5.
As much as it sucks.
Yeah, so I've been doing that for 20 years now at MSU. So
that's awesome, bro.
CT and PET CT. That's probably what people don't realize. Like I work in the medical field.
What kind of hours do you work? Hours.
Right now it's 8 to 4:30.
No, that's actually pretty good.
No weekends, no holidays, no call.
That's actually pretty money for. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, money. Sign me up.
So it's not terrible. It's basically doctor's hours. So I'll take it.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, if y'all want to get to know him, where can they find you? Ooh. I know this sucks because he don't social media.
I don't social media. Follow Warren.
Yeah. Follow Warren, or I'll stop in and film him every once in a while so you get to know him.
Follow Warren. That's probably where you'll see me the most. Either that or he posts the stuff for me. So.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I mean, I don't even know what the Instagram is.
If I find it, I'll put it down below so you guys can go not talk to him because
I've been on Facebook a couple times.
He does answer Messenger sometimes.
Occasionally. Usually it takes a couple days or something.
I'm just saying, like,
how long was it? It was at least 3 days, right? 2 days?
I did get an answer, so I shouldn't complain.
I might have to reply to my mom.
Well, as always, brother, I super appreciate your time. Yeah, thanks for having me at the Antilag group.
Yeah, my pleasure, man.
I mean,
welcome anytime, obviously.
Good vibes out here. You guys should definitely go get to know him and everybody else around. They're seriously, genuinely great dudes. And I super appreciate you guys, man.
Anytime, man. My pleasure.
And as always, I encourage you guys to get outside your comfort zone and feed dreams and start fears, y'all. Bam! Look at that. You nailed that, brother. Woo!